From bustling cities to remote villages, humans have established a presence across most of the globe, yet there remain places untouched, islands shrouded in mystery, more difficult to access than the infamous Area 51. These are the forbidden zones, the restricted islands where entry is forbidden, or at the very least heavily controlled. Join me now as we circumnavigate the globe, exploring the stories behind 10 of these exceptionally restricted islands. Our journey begins deep in the Bay of Bengal, home to the Andaman Islands and more specifically North Sentinel Island. This seemingly idyllic island is one of the world's most impenetrable areas. Home to the Sentinelese, an indigenous tribe who have fiercely resisted contact for centuries. Fiercely protective, they meet outsiders with hostility. The Indian government has adopted a policy of eyes on, hands off. A 3-mile exclusion zone enforced by the Indian Navy ensures they are left undisturbed. Our next destination takes us from the tropical Andaman Islands to the frigid waters of the North Atlantic, to an island that didn't even exist until the mid-20th century, Surtsey. Born from the fiery depths of a volcanic eruption that began in 1963, Surtsey, named after the Norse fire giant Surtur, rose dramatically from the seabed, capturing the world's attention. This new island, a blank slate in the vast ocean, presented scientists with an unprecedented opportunity to study the birth and evolution of life. Declared a natural reserve even as the volcanic eruptions continued, Surtsey became a living laboratory, a place where researchers could witness firsthand the colonization of a barren landmass. Access to Surtsey is strictly controlled, limited to a handful of scientists who undergo rigorous decontamination procedures to prevent the introduction of foreign organisms. Over the years, scientists have observed the arrival of seeds carried by wind and waves, the appearance of hardy plant life, and the gradual establishment of bird colonies. From the raw, untamed beauty of Surtsey, we journey now to an island shaped by the hand of man, Diego Garcia. Located in the Indian Ocean, it hosts a vital military base operated by the United States and the United Kingdom. Its strategic significance lies in its location. Midway between East Africa, the Middle East, and Southeast Asia, it supports military operations in a geopolitically important region. The base, with its airfield and harbour, projects power across the Indian Ocean and beyond. In the 60s and 70s, the Chagosian people were forcibly removed for the base. Their displacement remains contentious with ongoing legal battles. Access is highly restricted, limited to military personnel and contractors.
From the militarized landscape of Diego Garcia, we shift our focus to an island where time seems to stand still. Niihau, the Forbidden Isle of Hawaii. This privately owned island, the smallest of the 7 inhabited Hawaiian islands, has remained largely untouched by the modern world, its pristine beaches and rugged interior a testament to a bygone era. Niihau's story is interwoven with the Robinson family, descendants of Elizabeth Sinclair, who purchased the island from King Kamehameha IV in 1864. The Robinsons have maintained Niihau as a private sanctuary, fiercely protective of its fragile ecosystem and the traditional Hawaiian way of life. The island is home to a small community of native Hawaiians who live in relative isolation, their lives governed by the rhythms of nature and the customs of their ancestors. Access to Niihau is strictly limited, with only invited guests of the Robinson family allowed to set foot on its shores. The island has no hotels, no restaurants, no paved roads, and no internet access.
Our exploration of restricted islands takes a darker turn as we venture to the eerie shores of Poveglia, a small island in the Venetian lagoon, Italy. Shrouded in mist and whispered legends, Poveglia is one of the most haunted places on Earth, its history intertwined with death and despair. Poveglia's grim past dates back to Roman times when it was a quarantine zone for plague victims. Adding to the island's sinister aura, a mental asylum was built in the early 20th century. The Italian government has declared the island off-limits, its eerie silence broken only by seagulls and waves.
Our journey now takes us to the treacherous shores of Ilha da Queimada Grande, better known as Snake Island, a 43-hectare island located off the coast of Sao Paulo, Brazil. This island, seemingly idyllic with its lush vegetation and pristine beaches, harbors a deadly secret: a population of venomous snakes so dense that it's estimated that there is one snake for every square meter of land. The most infamous resident of Snake Island is the golden lancehead viper, Bothrops insularis, a critically endangered species found nowhere else on Earth. This highly venomous pit viper, with its potent venom capable of causing rapid tissue necrosis and hemorrhage, reigns supreme on the island, its population unchecked due to the absence of natural predators. The Brazilian Navy, recognizing the extreme danger posed by the island's reptilian inhabitants, has declared Snake Island a restricted area, forbidding access to all but a select few researchers and scientists, granted special permission to study the island's unique ecosystem. Legends abound about Snake Island, tales of fishermen stumbling upon its shores, only to meet a gruesome fate at the fangs of its venomous inhabitants.
Our exploration takes us to Heard Island, a volcanic behemoth in the Southern Ocean, about 4,100 kilometers southwest of Perth, Australia. Battered by ferocious winds and shrouded in mist, Heard Island is home to active volcanoes and raw beauty. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, it's a breeding ground for seabirds and marine mammals, largely untouched by humans. Mawson Peak, a towering volcano, rises 2,745 meters, with glaciers flowing into the sea. The island hosts abundant wildlife, including elephant seals, penguins, and albatrosses.
Our journey takes a somber turn as we venture to Grunard Island, a small, uninhabited island located off the coast of Scotland. Once a place of idyllic beauty, Grunard Island now stands as a stark reminder of the devastating potential of biological weapons, its shores haunted by the ghostly legacy of anthrax. During World War II, Grunard Island was requisitioned by the British government to conduct experiments with anthrax, a deadly bacterium that can cause severe respiratory illness and death. Sheep were taken to the island and exposed to anthrax spores, their carcasses studied to assess the effectiveness of the bacterium as a biological weapon. The experiments proved all too successful. The anthrax spores contaminated the island's soil, rendering it uninhabitable for decades. In the 1980s, a massive decontamination effort was undertaken, involving the removal of tons of contaminated topsoil and the spraying of the island with formaldehyde solution.
From the somber history of Grunard Island, we journey to a place where life takes flight. Albatross Island, a small crescent-shaped island located in the Bass Strait between Tasmania and mainland Australia. This unassuming island, part of the Hunter Island group, is a haven for seabirds, its cliffs teeming with life, its skies filled with the majestic wingspans of albatrosses. Albatross Island is a vital breeding ground for the shy albatross, a large seabird known for its distinctive black eyebrow, its graceful soaring flight, and its extraordinary lifespan, with some individuals living for over 60 years. The island's isolation, coupled with its lack of introduced predators, makes it an ideal location for these magnificent birds to raise their young. Every year, from September to April, thousands of shy albatrosses return to Albatross Island, their nests dotting the grassy slopes, their calls echoing across the island. Access to Albatross Island is strictly controlled to protect its fragile ecosystem and its avian inhabitants.
Our final destination takes us to Miyake-jima, a volcanic island located in the Izu archipelago south of Tokyo, Japan. This island, known for its dramatic landscapes, its lush vegetation, and its active volcano, Mount Oyama, stands as a testament to the delicate balance between nature's beauty and its potential for destruction. Mount Oyama, a stratovolcano that dominates the island's skyline, has erupted numerous times in recorded history, its most recent eruption occurring in 2000. The eruption, which lasted for 4 years, blanketed the island in ash, forcing the evacuation of the entire population. After the eruption subsided, residents were allowed to return to Miyake-jima, but life on the island has been forever changed. The air quality remains poor due to the ongoing release of volcanic gases, and residents are required to carry gas masks with them at all times.
From the Sentinelese tribe's unwavering isolation on North Sentinel Island to the volcanic fury of Miyake-jima, we've journeyed to some of the most restricted corners of our planet. Each island, with its unique story, offers a glimpse into worlds unseen, reminding us that there are still places on Earth where nature reigns supreme, where history whispers from the ruins, and where human access is a privilege, not a right. These restricted islands, shrouded in mystery and intrigue, capture our imaginations, much like the infamous Area 51. If you enjoyed this journey to the world's most restricted islands, be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel for more incredible content, and leave a comment below letting me know which island intrigued you the most.